What's going on, guys? It's Real Life Interactions coming at you with another video.
What's up?
And today we're going to be talking about some of the stuff that's been going on in the news with Harvey Weinstein and some other Hollywood figures, as well as
a whole bunch of stuff going on right
and there is
now.
a laundry list. I'm actually going to be reading off my phone here. It's a USA Today article. It says Weinstein aftermath: all the men accused of sexual misconduct, and it is a long list, including some people that I did not know. Obviously, Harvey Weinstein, media mogul, was accused, and he went to sex rehab or something. I didn't know that was. Do they have rehabs for everything though?
I guess if you've got a problem, there's a rehab for it.
I mean, I think I watch maybe a little bit too much porn. Is there a porn, like a porn addicts?
No, I think that's more of a personal problem than an issue.
Whatever. Anyways, you got Ben Affleck, which I did not know. He was accused.
That's a real surprise.
He was
big Ben Affleck fan. He's a good Batman.
Batman. I mean, The Town.
Good Will Hunting.
Yeah. I mean, come on, man.
Argo.
He was accused back in 2003, and he actually did apologize, I guess, the day after he condemned Weinstein's behavior. So he did apologize for something, which I'm assuming, I don't know the whole story on that.
Well, he tried.
Gavin Baker, John Besh, George H.W. Bush. So he's a politician. Roy Moore. He's probably, I think, the worst. Like, those are underage girls and stuff. I don't care how long ago it was either. It's like 40 years. Like, no, he's a piece of shit. Louis C.K., the comedian.
What did I hear? Was there one about Kevin Spacey, too?
Yeah, Kevin Spacey, actually, I guess Kevin Spacey is gay now.
Okay, that's news to me.
Yeah, I didn't know he was gay. I mean, I guess I could see it, but I guess, yeah, he was accused, it was a famous, I think, child actor at the time. He came out, he was like 16. I don't know the guy's name, but he was like 16 or something.
Jesus.
And I guess, and he did come out and say, he kind of did like a half-assed apology, though. He said he didn't, know that he was doing it, and like he didn't really own up to it. But yeah, the Andy Dick, another comedian guy, he's a weirdo.
What's with all the comedians?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I don't think it's a comic thing. I love stand-up. I actually just saw Rob Schneider in stand-up.
How was that?
I liked him. I liked it. It was kind of fun. I liked him better in movies, though.
I never seen his stand-up, but I heard he's good.
Yeah. Richard Dreyfuss. Here's an interesting one. He actually was accused. He kissed a woman, and she accused, and he thought that it was consensual, but apparently it was not. She accused him of sexually assaulting her. I don't know about that. I think, like, here's the thing, like, when it comes to sexual harassment and assault, I think there are some gray areas. I feel like, if you kiss a woman and you think it's consensual, and then 30 years later, she comes out and says it wasn't, and it was horrifying, I don't know about that.
Well, you gotta be careful, because sometimes sexual assault is when you force yourself on somebody.
Right.
Sexual harassment is when somebody is made uncomfortable by something.
Right, but what's uncomfortable?
You don't have to touch somebody to sexually harass somebody.
But who defines uncomfortable?
The person being harassed.
You're a little bit too close to me. Seriously, you're making me uncomfortable. I don't know what you're gonna, like, why are you sitting so close to me?
I don't know what his problem is, but he's been like this all day. He's been acting a little too PC for my taste.
Yeah, well, this is the world that we live in now.
By the way, I just wanted to point out that his hair was mint today.
My hair does look good today.
It takes a lot of work to make your hair look that good. Take some notes.
Actually, this reminds me of on that note, Al Franken. He was the guy who was accused by Leanne Tweeden. They did the USO tour with the military. And I watched the video. I gotta say, it was inappropriate of him to take the pitches and do some of that stuff that he did. But I was watching the video, and she was wrapping her leg around one guy on stage, and then she slapped another guy's ass, And then in the midst of all that, he kissed her. Okay, well, I'm not saying it was right, but at the same time, though, I think it's being made a little bit too much. I'm not saying what he did was appropriate, but I mean, come on, like, nobody ever talks about her, assaulted. She put her hands on another guy's ass and wrapped her leg around another guy. Is that not assault?
How
do you know they?
Not unless the guys have a problem with it. No.
No. Assault is assault, though. That's the thing, though. It's not about like whether or not you can't say it like, oh well, if a girl touches my arm and I'm comfortable with that, if she did that without my permission, isn't that assault or misconduct or whatever?
I don't know if that's big enough for you to take it up as assault.
I'm saying if I slapped a girl's ass though, as a man,
That would be sexual harassment.
or no, well, whatever it is though. But if a woman does that, it's nothing. Why? Why? Just because men?
How many guys are going to have a problem with a woman slapping their ass?
That's not the point though. It's a double standard.
Right, yeah, I see where you're coming from. It is a bit of a double standard, but, this time and day, I guess it is what it is right now.
I mean, I have had women, that I was not attracted to, touch me and, be all over me. I didn't say nothing though. So does that mean it's not harassment or assault or whatever,
I think it's more or less a man has more means to get a woman to stop versus a woman has means to get a man to stop.
So physically, obviously men are not going to be raped as much. It's going to be a lot harder for a woman to sexually assault a man.
Yes.
That's what you're saying. I mean,
yes.
I get that though, but like, that's the,
And that is not gender stereotyping, that is just, from a physical standpoint.
Well, what if the woman's stronger than the man though?
Then that's a different case.
I'm saying but here's the thing though, and it gets into the other thing, if a woman hits a man and he hits her back, okay, I'm not saying I've never hit a woman, but I feel like some people think though, that some women think that if they can hit a guy and then they get mad when the guy hits them back. I mean, I would restrain him or something. I wouldn't hit him back, but like, I don't feel like, if I hit you and then you hit me back, I understand we're both men, but still.
I can understand, like, if a woman does hit you, I'm not saying you have to hit her, but restraining her or, defending yourself that's your God-given right, is to protect yourself.
But it's not though, because I guarantee you I would probably get charged with assault.
Only, I feel like if you hit her, yes, maybe, but if
she hits me with a closed fist and then I hit her back and like knock her out, obviously I have more.
But why would you purposefully knock her out?
Well, I mean, because it wouldn't take much. Because what you're saying, like if it was a woman.
I'm not saying I'm saying find another way to restrain her. You don't have to hit the woman.
Well, I'm not saying I would, but in that situation, sometimes,
Well, yeah, obviously in that situation, yeah, because you're going to treat it as like if you were standing off with another guy. That's your reflex.
Right, you got somebody
hit back.
swinging at you. You can't always grab them. You know what I mean? Or what if they have a weapon in their hands? Like a knife or something like that.
Okay, well then if it's a threat to your life, then that's self-defense.
But the point I'm trying to make though is that like these guys like Harvey Weinstein and even with Kevin Spacey, like that's a scenario where you have a man doing it to a man, right? So in my opinion, like those guys like Weinstein, Kevin Spacey, they were complete. They're assholes.
Taking advantage of their
they're using
their standing.
They're using their power. To basically take advantage of these women, or in Kevin Spacey's case, another underage boy, which that's just like, it's, there's levels to this, That's the other thing, like, there's levels to, this is all wrong, like, whether it's harassment or, telling lewd comments to someone else, whether it's a woman or a man, there's a difference between that. I feel like we put those same people in the category as somebody who, is raping people, which is not the same. There's obviously one's worse than the other, right?
Yeah, that's true.
There's levels to this, but that's just my thoughts on it. I just can't believe. I do think it's on one hand it's a good thing that these accusers are coming out and they've had the bravery to do that. But at the same time, though, I do think it's going to cause a little bit of a rift, which I think really, but listen, guys like Harvey Weinstein and Kevin Spacey and like all these other guys, they were the ones who, created this, and I think they've created a rift, or they will. I think there's going to be a rift between men and women.
If there isn't already one.
Yeah, so and it's really just unfortunate.
It's all shades of gray.
But on the other hand, though, like there are a lot of shades of gray in some of these. Like a guy like Al Franken, what he did, it wasn't appropriate, but he's not like a guy like Roy Moore who's like out here having sex with underage girls.
Oh man, he's just he's too much.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't care if people saying like, oh, it was 40 years ago. No, like, I don't care when it was. Like, you should be put in prison.
When it happened is irrelevant. It's the action.
But and they're saying, like, I've heard some talk about, like, he asked the parents, what parent, if you have a 14-year-old or whatever, how old she was, 6, and this happened, there's more than one underage, there's like, I think like at least 5 that have accused him of assaulting them. But the people are saying, like, you know, oh, well, he asked the parents to date her. If you have a girl of that age, would you let her go out with and date a 32-year-old man?
No way.
Is she 16?
No way.
I mean, come on. Like, you know, I mean, I don't know what the age of consent. This happened in Alabama. Oh, and Roy Moore was also a prosecutor at the time.
Well,
talk about taking advantage of power. So you're a prosecutor, and now you're breaking the law. The heinous law. You're like one of the worst things you can do, you know. But you know, that's just my 2 cents on what's been going on in Hollywood, as well as within the government in Washington. And you know, I just think it's unfortunate all the way around. You know, I think it's, you know, it's nothing.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad stuff going on. You know,
good is going to come of this. I think it's going to cause a lot of problems between men and women, and you know, and then it's just. You know, it's just unfortunate that these men have
abused their money, their power, and their influence.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And as far as, like, and the other thing is I don't understand is, like, these guys, like, they have money, they have power. Why do they have to, you know, it's not like they, you know, I'm sure they had opportunities to have sex with women. But then they still did this? Not that it would be an excuse if they didn't have the opportunities, but they did this anyways. You know, it's just, I don't know.
There's no sense there.
Ridiculous. It's just really, it's just greed, and it's just more of a power thing. I think with a lot of them, it's not even a sexual thing. It's just they're invoking their power. But
them being able to do it because they think they can get away with it.
Exactly. But anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. Let us know in the comment section below what you guys think about what we said, and any opinions that you may have about some of the sexual accusations against figures in Hollywood. And that's it for today's video. We will be coming out with some other videos, you know, pranks. We'll be talking about other topics in not just politics or, you know, sex or anything like that. You know, just you know, politics, sports, music, just everyday life, because that's what our channel's about. That's why we called it Real Life Interactions. So I hope you tune in to our next video as well as this one.
We got a lot of cool stuff coming up soon. We got a few skits that we've been working on, which are turning out pretty good. So stay tuned for anything.
A lot of things in the works. All right.